Hello everybody and welcome back once again to Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker. Yes. Oh, let me just kick my slippers off. Right, okay, so here we are. So after the last session, we finished at the Swamp Witch's hut. We handed in the herbs and got a little bit of experience and a even smaller bit of coin, really. And, well, it is what it is. And then we've now done a little bit of a tour of the southern Nile Marshes. We've gone here to pick up the +3 military resource, and then we've gone all the way round to here. And we've passed several hours, several days in fact. It feels like we're wasting days away. We should be doing something productive, expanding our horizons maybe, going into new pastures and getting some more experience. I don't know. Time is of the essence in this game, and I feel like we're wasting time, but hey, it's just the nature of the beast. You know, Elquist likes to go on a tour of his area so that the people can see him, you know. The Baron is passing through, expecting all the courtesies and the gifts to come flying in. He's still waiting, of course. Also, a couple of Kingdom events kicked in whilst I was meandering around the South Nile Marches. First of all, there was one problem. Bumper harvest, which Chandra is going to deal with. Apparently the grain crops are doing so well, and we have to do something with a fortune. We could have saved it for the for Bartholomew, who is our merchant man. But hey, there's one person we trust to make the right decision when it comes to making a profit for the barony. It's Chandra Murphy. So she's taking care of that, and also there's some devastating raids. People have been disappearing from the areas. Yes. So sending our military genius, Mary, to that one to see what the hell was going on. So a couple of those advisors been set to work to deal with those situations. But anyway, we are here starting today's session at Narville, our village that we built in the last session. And the reason we're here is because, although I don't think we have built the shop yet for our new
may we have a moment of respite?
artisan by the name of Dragon, we can still speak to him to trigger his artisan quest. So that's what we're going to do. Once we've had a bit of a look around. Where's my mouse? There it is. I lost my mouse for a second. My mouse cursor vanished on me. It did. We've got a general trader. We have used some supplies because of the amount of time we've been travelling around, so we'll put that back up to 12 with another 5. Excellente. And then we'll sell our crap. Excellente. And that'll do us. Very simple. We also have, of course, a priest to sell cleric scrolls should we need them, but I think we're fine for now. Now, there was 2 people to speak to. First of all, there's Dragon, and there's also this person here called Shaineer. I have no clue who she is, so we'll speak to her afterwards.
That is not far.
We shall start off speaking with Dragon. Is this his shop, perhaps? Who knows? I've lost my cursor again. It's because it's not caging. It's not sticking on the screen. It's going off the screen. Come on. Get a grip. Greetings. As you see, I've already set up shop. Took a look of work, of course, but now I've got a nice place. No worse than the guild's smithy. Oh, this could be a rather long conversation. Okay, I might have to drop the accent here. Although, we're never usually one for small talk, to be honest, but we are interested, of course, in asking about this idea about a family relic, masterpiece. Did I not hear on the grapevine? Well, yes, here's the story, you see. Our family used to have a suit of plate armour named Onslaught. My grandfather wore it to perform many heroic deeds. What a great dwarf he was. But it's been stolen by my own brother, Kurgan. Not to be confused with Korgan, from a different realm, of course. And then Kurgan fled. Onslaught has been on my mind ever since. I'd intended to bring the relic back to the clan and restore my good name. After you hired me, one merchant told me he saw some fragments of armor that looked like Onslaught. Kurgan is such a fool. He couldn't find a buyer for the whole suit. It's too valuable, so he pawned it off piece by piece. Someone got the jambarbs, another got the gauntlets, a third got the cuirass. A fine set of armor turned into a pile of junk. Fancy junk. See if you can find my grandfather's armor and bring it back. I promise I will repay you. It turns out 3 local merchants have the 3 parts of the armor. They're like vultures pulling apart a corpse. They buy whatever catches their eye, not caring whether it's stolen or not. One merchant seems to be in the capital. Another was staying at some trading post. It's got an owner with a strange name. The third one always prowls in distant corners, looking to buy valuables on the cheap. I believe he has an acquaintance, Huntress Dumra. She might well have it. So in the capital. So one in the capital. So one of my capital merchants has one piece. A trading post. An owner with a strange name. Can't be Oleg, can it? Oleg's not strange. And Dumra rings a bell. I think Dumra was the dwarf that was at that hunting lodge out to the east. And we're going to Silverstep today, hopefully. So, or to the Silverstep area, so we can swing by there. So the only one I'm struggling with is the owner with a strange name. A trading post. An owner with a strange name. Okay. Right, maybe the journal will give us a hand. Right, we're waiting for Bokken to get back in touch with us about this alchemical formula thing. 3 parts, 3 merchants. We need to restore it. So we need to bring the 3 parts back to him. We know where 2 of them potentially are, but the third one is proven to be problematic. So this is a house, not a shop. Right, okay. Simple enough. If we can figure out who that third one is with a strange name. I'm trying to think of all the merchants that we've come across so far on our travels. Anyway, Shaineer, a young woman catching Elquist's eye. Oh, surprise, surprise. Looks like she's come from far away. She approaches with a dancing gait and addresses you, speaking in an unfamiliar drawl. May the perfect human protect you. I am happy to meet you, O worthy one. My name is Shaineer, but you may simply call me the Tulip, as all the best of my friends do. Ever since the sun rose today, I have a feeling that I shall take part in a grand encounter, one that shall change our fates forever, and lo, it is so. Praised be the perfect human for this gift he has bestowed upon these eyes that see the future. Dancing gait she may have. Weird. Certainly so. Who are you? Elquist asking. I am a traveller from the impossible kingdoms of Vudra. I was led here by the will of the gods, by my love of amazing adventures, and by the promise of inescapable retribution uttered by my former husband, who has since become a revered sage and a dead man. I never doubted that my path would bring me to a most worthy ruler, one who would help me, and now you stand before me. Okay. And so indeed we do meet. What next? You, O worthy one, can help me find my calling. I am beset by doubt. What if, by choosing the path of a master smith, I am making a terrible mistake? After all, I, Shaineer the Tulip, have seen many wonders, the likes of which your humble realm has never heard of, and I wish to recruit them. But alas, I cannot write in your language. For this reason I require a writer, and a worthy one. I have witnessed Master Chokek cover emptiness in tattoos, and the human grew out of them, for these patterns were so intricate and deep that the ink became more important than the flesh. Trust me, for I have woven the tale of these events myself. Perhaps if I have been destined to become the muse of a great writer, if, O worthy one, you find a suitable scribe for me, I shall pay you back handsomely with my wisdom and advice. Ah, well, Lindsay here loves a good story. I'm sure you can talk to her. I am grateful, O worthy one. I shall relate to you the story of my ancestor, Vu Balak. Let us see if she is nimble enough to write it all down without omitting any of the colourful details. I greet you, young Lindsay. They say that you are writing a book. That is most fortunate, for I can embellish it with a few stories that I have lived through during my adventures. Once I met a monk from the House of Perfection. He was an ascetic and hadn't eaten for 4 whole years. Hold on, 4 years? Are you sure that he ate absolutely nothing? Maybe it was, well, some sort of moderate fasting. More like a diet. Like when you do eat but only a little bit? No. Why would you think that? Breaking his ascesis would have been a shameful weakness. He did not eat at all. The people revered him as a pious and enlightened man whose spirit was very strong. But I, as soon as I met him, suspected that he might be a liar. So I decided to expose him for what he truly was. Wait a moment, 4 years? That's impossible. If I skip breakfast and dinner, my stomach hurts so badly I can't even walk. It's really hard to believe that a monk could spend the whole 4 years like... Young Lindsay, by paying attention to such unimportant details, you run the risk of missing the heart of the matter. As I was saying, I decided to bring the monk's dishonesty to light. I enlisted the services of a shaitan who owed me a favour. This earth genie stood in front of the monk and sang a song. And that very moment, the hermit's face twitched and a stream of stones erupted from his mouth. Imagine this. He had swallowed rocks to fill up his stomach, to save himself the pangs of hunger. He swallowed enough stones to fill his stomach and lived? And never had to eat again? As far as I know, it doesn't work like that. Of course, I'll write down your story, but I doubt it will enjoy as much success. It's just too incredible for our provincial audience. Truly incredible story, Shaineer. Truly incredible. Perhaps I'm not as good at telling stories as I thought. After all, putting the events of the past into words is not quite the same thing as witnessing them. Perhaps I chose wrongly when I decided to become a muse. Until I can answer this question, I shall remain true to the calling. I've always pursued weaponsmithing. If, in your kindness, you could indulge me once more and grant me a workshop in these lands, then I swear to you I shall make for you truly miraculous weapons, the likes of which these lands have never seen. But for now, let me tell you a story that our conversation reminded me of. Okay, well, if her weaponsmithing is as good as her storytelling, then I don't think this is going to be a very prosperous endeavour. But anyway, let's listen to the story. Ah, yes, this truthful story was divined for me by a woman who had eyes on the palms of her hands. Once upon a time, the sorcerer Maka Abekara decided to become immortal. He started living his life with such purpose and determination that his essence would be imprinted on all of his future incarnations. Maka studied the arts and became a great conqueror. He consumed the flesh of his enemies and servants to gain their strength. At a feast, Maka once swallowed a whole tiger, and the beast's rage and hunger burned in his veins until, consumed by it, he ate himself. Years went by, and a young prince by the name of Purusav Vagga destroyed Macca's empire, slaying all of his generals. For Purusav was a reincarnation of Macca, bent on restoring the empire to its true glory. Eventually, Purusav was defeated in battle, and his empire died with him, but it was Macca Abhikara who spawned the terrible race of Rakshasha, cunning beasts, half human and half animal. Trust me, for I have met these creatures many times. Macca always dreamed of leaving a mark on the world, and he did, but not in the way he expected. It was not on the battlefield that his name became immortalized, but in bed, surrounded by concubines. Each may be mistaken in choosing their own path, even the wisest of all. Perhaps I am destined to be your advisor, O most worthy one, or your lover. Go now, for I need to be alone to think upon my words. That was a strange encounter. All right. Is she an artisan or not an artisan? That's the question that we ask ourselves. Kind of confused here. What sort of help does she need, to... Oh, hang on. This could be a quest I just started here. Okay, so she proffers a small scroll. This was written by my father. It was meant for a family that has lived for centuries near the home of my relatives in Absalam. Life has scattered us all across Galarian, but we never gave up hope of reuniting with those we once knew so well. My father asked me to pass this letter to a member of this fine family. If I should ever happen to stumble across one. Letter to Hasuf. That's my merchant. As I have recently discovered, one of them lives nearby. The noble Hasuf trades in your capital. I confess I am too nervous to meet him. I fear that my anxiety will cause me to behave inappropriately, and I may disgrace myself for it. Would you assist me in fulfilling my duty and deliver him this letter? I do not believe that my heart can be at peace until this letter is delivered. One cannot be a master when beset by such distraction. Okay. Okay. Questionable stories. 1001 questionable stories. Hasuf the merchant. Have we got a letter for him? Interesting. Strange character. I wonder. I think Elquist likes her. Her dancing gait, mainly because of that, but hey, she could smith us some useless weapons. Right, let's get out of here. Let's get back to our capital, because first of all, we can take a look at it now, because it's now being upgraded to a town, to see how that looks on the old map. Second of all, we need to speak with Hasuf to hand the letter. Third of all, we need to find a merchant within the town to purchase a part of the Onslaught armour, and then we can head into the to the Came lands and the Silver Step lands, kind of due east, to first of all find the second piece of the armour, but also to explore as part of the next leg of our grand tour. So pop across, and before I actually enter the settlement, I'm going to take a quick break to eat a dinner, which has now arrived, and when I cut next, we'll be speaking with Hasuf. Alright, so I've wolfed down my lunch. It wasn't dinner, it was lunch, but anyway. Wolfed it down, and here I am, about to speak with Hasuf. Before I do, somebody kindly pointed out, which is helpful for me, but I kind of still think that Elquist hasn't noticed this himself, so may still wait to see the effect in action before he realises exactly what's going on. But if you read the description of the Necklace of Double Crosses, I read it as we got an attack of opportunity when an enemy moved away from the wearer. It doesn't say enemy, does it? It says ally. So if he's in striking distance of one of his allies and they move out of his attack range, he'll attack an ally. Can you imagine Amiri's face if she gets a knife in the back? My God. Right. But so we've got to be very careful with how we position Elquist with this on, because he needs to be positioned literally on his own, away from anybody else. But I think the benefits still outweigh the little bit of, manoeuvrability. We'll see. If it proves to be a pain in the arse, then we'll take it off and only use it for its ability for boosting skill checks. But anyway, here's Hasuf. Let's speak with him. Or maybe not, as the case may be, because look, Lindsay is running down the road. What road, you ask? The road that will soon be there, right? Wait! I want you to meet someone. Oh, Lindsay, I was about to speak with our merchant here. Is it urgent? Here, look. This is Tessie the Quill, a book peddler. If not for her, I'd probably still be sitting in a radish patch in my hometown. Tessie the Quill? A plump woman wearing heavily patched clothes greets you with a broad, gap-toothed smile. Nice to meet you, your barony. Thanks for keeping an eye on this little tot. Your barony. Giving 10 gold to get some insight into our neighbours. An interesting tact. And how exactly did you meet our fair Lindsay here, Tessie? Well, went through a village from time to time. Weren't many buyers. I was lucky to sell half a dozen calendars each year, maybe a couple cheap vulgar prints. Then a priest from the capital went to live there, and he got the young people interested in reading little by little. Some would ask for romance stories, some wanted heroic tales. Well, one day this little tot came by and traded her father's belt, 2 bottles and a hunk of bread for a 2-volume collection of legends about the Ark Knights of Avistan. Came back later all tear-stained. Looked like her daddy didn't need the belt after all. So she sniffles at me and says, "Take me with you, I can help," and looks at me like a lost puppy. So I took her along. Why not? And that's what got the ball rolling. I see. And where exactly are you from, Tessie? Right now or in general? Came from Mivan. Right now. As for in general, well, I'm from everywhere and nowhere. Was found under a bush, and I've travelled with the wind ever since. Excellent. And what has brought you to my fair lands? A little bird told me about a proper city in the stolen lands now. One with a printing house, with an old friend of mine sitting in that printing house at that. So I came by to see her, maybe buy some books while I'm at it. I see, and will you be staying around, Tessie? Me? Oh, not really sure. Probably for a while at least. The people here seem fine. They read, at least. Then again, there is a printing house here. And I get to catch up with Lindsay. Hadn't seen her for a few years, you know. After I get tired of things here, I'll be on my way again. Excellent. You say you've travelled around a fair bit, Tessie? Well, have you heard anything interesting about my neighbours? Elquist saying, handing over 10 gold and giving her a bit of a winky eye, you know. Yes. Know what I mean? Of course I do. Your barony. Who do you wish to hear about? Well, I think I wish to hear about everything. Let's start with in general. How are things in Brevoy? Bad. People in Restov are honing their swords. With the royal house gone, it's just a matter of time until there's some big uproar. Everyone knows it, no one wants it, but there doesn't seem to be any way to avoid it. And your homelands, Mivan? The usual schemes and jewels. Seems a bunch of runaway bandits flooded in there from Brevoy. Rumour has it the great houses are intentionally straining Mivan, so the Aldori won't be able to help Restov when the carnage begins. And how about Pitax? Under King Iraveti, what isn't? parties, parades, executions. The king robs the trade houses that used to own the city. He brought some gang in from Numeria who's been selling deliriant potions. He sends strange expeditions into nearby lands, but no one knows what he's looking for. Nobody can tell what the kook's thinking. And that's why he always wins. I see. Anyone else about my lands, out of interest? Now, don't you go taking me for a spy, alright? Honestly, go ahead and check me with magic. Or just ask Lindsay. I'm happy to hear and pass along rumours, but I don't go spying on purpose. My business is books. As for your question, well, of course they're interested. People in Restov want to know if they were right to wager on you, while Mivan and Pitax are still trying to take the measure of their new neighbour. No one knows what to expect from you, so they're getting themselves ready for some surprises. Oh, I see. Well, enjoy the barony, Tessie. I'm sure Lindsay will show you around. Just shout if you need anything. You're always welcome. Off the Lindsay goes. Look at her, she's happy as Larry. Tessie the Quill is just stood here gawping, which is fine. Right, okay, so Hasuf then. Our travelling merchant. So first of all, I'm going to see what he has, to see if he's got anything that resembles any piece of armour that looks like it might come from a set called the Onslaught, or if it's a piece of armour like a fragment, maybe it's like an alternative kind of situation here. Fine feather, handful of gems, hodag scales, leopard pelts, grinding stones, smoking pipes. This is all what I've sold to him, you see. No, let's just go type descending order, because these are usually the cheapest. Not type. Price. Descending or no. Price ascending. Oh, for God's sake, man. Price ascending. So these are the cheap items and the quest items. So what am I looking for again? I'm looking for something that resembles an Onslaught piece. I mean, if I see it, am I going to know I'm seeing it? Petrified egg, incense, old smoking pipe, copper ring. Leather art, decorated scabbard, mate? No, there's two of them. Simmering pollen. Handful of gems. Toy knights. Gold powder. Crossbows, earrings, hodag scales. Build points could be used. Oi! Oh! Hang on! Onslaught jambets! I'll take those off your hands, please, Hasself, if you don't mind. Was there anything else here that we wanted to buy anyway? Whilst we're in the vicinity, you know what I mean? Anything? A stratagem, rapier, long swords, great clubs. Yeah, nothing really. Nah. What does this do? How much we got? I'm not exactly flush at the minute. Cord of Stubborn Fury. Interesting. Could be one for Mary. Instead of becoming fatigued after raging, where it takes 1 damage each round for a number of rounds equal to 2 times the number of rounds spent in the range. Sounds very complicated, doesn't it? Element of Battlefield Clarity. Are these all new? Have I seen these before? Trapspringer's Gloves. Plus 5 competence to trickery checks. Again, sounds great, but we've got a plus 3 competence bonus from Lindsay, so it would actually be an additional plus 2, which is not to be turned down, you know, lightly, to be honest with you. It's quite handy, isn't it? But, like before, when he had an opportunity to get some kind of trap disarming wand, whatever it was, he said, I don't need any help, I can do it myself, thank you very much. Does he still have that outlook after all the failures he's had? Plus 2 luck bonus on law checks. and +1 bonus on damage rolls with bows. Again, this is a good one for him. A very good one for him, in fact. Almost perfect for him, should we wish to purchase it. And that's a factory of positive energy. Plus 1d6 extra healing. Man, 1, 2, 3. All 3 of these sound pretty good for the characters that we've got in our party right now. The only issue is I'd have to check. You know, the law bonuses that he's already got. You know, is a luck bonus going to be any good to him? For example, I mean, the +1 bonus damage rolls probably will be. 5 to trickery, and that one's definitely good for our healer. Right. Anyway, well, bear those in mind. We're not exactly flush, but when we get a bit more cash, we'll look at purchasing some of those. Right. Okay. So telling him that we have come with a letter from a Vudrani lady who claims that your families know each other, says Elquist. Damn. Okay, he snatches a letter out of Elquist's hand, breaks a seal, his face grows pale, his hands clench, and he rips the letter up into tiny pieces. Damn that disgusting wretch and that entire family. They decide to send me a letter as though I don't know that only poison trickles from their mouths. You probably did not know what was in the letter. All the better. You shouldn't burden yourself with a feud between families living on opposite sides of the world. You did your part and I am grateful to you, at least for caring to deliver this letter to me, though it was written by traitors. Okay, well, that now makes me think, should we have read that letter before we handed it over, or could we read it, because it was sealed, so... Is that it? Is that it? Okay. So we should go back and tell her that Azov ripped it up. Okay, so we've got one part. Let's get inside. We'll rest because we are in need of rest. We are fatigued, so we're going to rest up, rest and recuperate. Check the old map. So make sure that there's nothing outstanding in terms of kingdom management quests, and then we'll get to heading out eastwards. Okay, 24th. We've got plenty of time. We're basically going until the tick over of the new month again. And then 9 days is the next... In fact, it's not even 9 days, is it? Bear with me. Let's get my days sorted here. I think it's 7 days, maybe even 6 now, for our next chappie to be back ready. Yeah, 6 days for him to be ready, to be put to task once again. So 6 days would make it, what, the 30th of the month? Ticky-tocky, ticky-tocky. Right, let's go. So we're not going to go rushing back to Vudrani, whatever she was called, just yet. Next time we go to that village, we'll probably when we've got all the pieces of the Onslaught armour, and then we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. In fact, we'll keep this on us. I don't think it's going to be heavy. You know, and simply, if we do find the other 2 pieces, you know, we don't want to be coming... Well, yeah, we'll keep it. Just simply because if we do forget to pick it up from our chest, at least, you know, we kind of negate that opportunity for that to happen. That makes sense. I'm not speaking very well at the minute. Yeah. Still debating and still racking my brains over a trader with a strange name. Maybe the Swamp Witch? She's not really a trader per se. Bartholomew Delgado? No, he's in the capital. It would be too simple. There won't be 2 people in our. Won't be 2 people in our capital. They'll be spread out a little bit. The only one that makes sense is Oleg, but that's not a strange name. But if I can't think of anybody else, then perhaps we'll go to him, but... racking my brains as to which other... It's not forced to be a merchant that we've come across already. It could be a merchant that we've not come across just yet. So I could be scratching around for no reason whatsoever right now. But anyway, let's get ourselves... Where was... She was in like a lodge, wasn't she? Baldstones, Wolf Lair... Oh, she was down here. Secluded Lodge. That's miles away. I mean, it's quite close to this, but not exactly where we want to be going for our next escapades. So we'll go down here when we're ready to hand that quest in. Although technically speaking, the quicker we do it, the better, because it obviously it'll take him time to put the armour together and stuff. So don't want to delay too much if we can help it. But I can't think of what where that other piece is for now. So until we can figure that out, there's no point of rushing down there. So instead, what we'll do is we're going to start exploring Silver Step, which is this land here. And we might as well start it kind of here and kind of across and venture forth if we can. Maybe even figure out how we can get down to the southern edges of it. But yeah, off we tootle to carry out, once again, another grand tour. Or do we start in the north? Do you know what? We'll start in the north. Why not? We'll start in the north. We're King of the North! Thankfully, we've evaded that little encounter. And down we go! Ooh, well, Lake Silverstep Village is marked on our map, so I kind of think that, you know what? As soon as it's marked, let's go there first. Oh, come on. Uh-oh. That's if we survive this battle. A Smilodon-like treant, level 14 creature with 175 hit points. It is weak to cold iron, which I think we've got on, haven't we? No, we haven't. Now we've got it on, so that's good for him. Right, Valerie, get Valerie in ASAP. Everybody else, just hang fire. Including you. Including you. This could be bad. Right, we've got to be careful with you though. You'll get you in around the side. There we go, and then get everybody else attacking at this point, including you, my dear.
Tear them apart!
And then we'll get Lindsay just singing us a bit of a song. Oh. Okay. Dead. Anybody get pummeled by Elquist? No? Good. So far the party are still none the wiser as to what the hell's going on with Elquist and his little necklace of double crossery. Anyway, I think we're done here. There's never anything else in these maps, is there? I always say that. There's never anything else in these maps. It's just a combat encounter, random encounter. How much... 240 XP. You know, we've passed up how many random encounters because we can't be bothered with them. But every time we pass one up, we're throwing XP to the curb. You know, let's just say, for argument's sake, that we've passed up on, say, 10 random encounters that are worth about 240 XP. That's 2,500 experience that we have passed up on. And I don't think we're at the stage yet, but I'm kind of a little bit worried about falling behind the experience curve, if that is even possible. But I might start, especially when we're like going to be heading to a place where we're probably going to be able to rest, so we can expend all of our buffs and stuff. Start actually taking the time to deal with some of these random encounters for the purposes of gaining some experience. Right. Anyway. Stop! Ancient mine. Ooh. A dark pit leads deep into the mound-like hill. Before the entrance lies a flat overgrown area that looks like the perfect foundation for buildings. Let's go. Let's try it. Let's go. Let's go. We're here now. We're here now. We're here now. So let's see what is in store for us in the ancient mine. Hello? It's that age-old same map again that crops up quite often. Okay. This means we're probably going to go inside at some point. Oh, hang on. Ooh! An ancient wyvern! Okay, well, we're just taking care of a level 14 Smilodon thing. I mean, how much more dangerous is a wyvern? Now, if I'm not mistaken, wyverns in Baldur's Gate poisoned you, I think. Was it? Is it wyverns that poison you? Am I getting that? Am I getting my lore mixed up? I'm sure wyverns poison you. So if we protect ourselves against poison, just as a precaution, we should be okay.
In due time.
We should be okay. We're going to protect ourselves from poison here, just in case. We're going to do a little tiny bit of buffing, nothing major.
Right here, my friend.
But this is something that looks a bit nasty, so... I mean, likewise, if we are going to rest, should we use our buffs, our mutagens as well? I mean, we're not guaranteed to be able to rest in Lake Silverstep Village, are we, I suppose? So, well, I think that'll do. Bless, and also sing a song.
And Lindsay was called forth.
So we've been blessed. Maybe even just one heroism. No, not one heroism, what am I saying? Just one cast of Good Hope. Just one cast, because we can cast that again, can't we? So there we go. So we've got Good Hope, we've got Song, we've got Bless, we've got Delay Poison. I mean, that should be sufficient to deal with this, surely. Surely.
Enemy approaching.
Get Valerie in. Get everybody else just chilling out for a second, if you don't mind. Just chill. Just chill. Elquist, just chill. Get these guys in first. Next, rather. Get you in now. Everybody else shooting. Take you off rapid shot, because it makes you hit. You're -2 to hit, rather. Wow. I mean, I've just been talking about being behind the curve on the experience front, you know what I mean? And, oh, it could be a problem, and then we're just smashing these beasts into the ground, which is nice. I mean, it is only one of them, of course, but it was level 4, level 15, and we're level, what, 8? Not bad going, really. Quite happy with that. Quite a nice balanced party here. Very good synergy. I'm at natural armor +2. No good for anybody in this party, I don't think. I think we've had this argument before, haven't we? No, we haven't, because clearly it is good for you. Okay, stand corrected there. Wyvern scales and Smilodon pelts. Now, this isn't just a random encounter, so this could yield hidden goodies, this map. Property of the House Trestrin. House Trestrin? What's that all about? What's that all about? Just keeping an eye out for any hidden goodies here. I think we might have over-prepared there, you know, over-buffed. Maybe we cast Bless, didn't we? Bless and a song. And a bit of Good Hope. Nothing too groundbreaking, I suppose, but... Okay, well, that was a very simple fight. I mean... It always makes me wonder, you know. We've come here, we've fought that creature. It's an ancient mine. Was there something else that we've missed here? It seemed like a... You know, just to get an amulet of natural armor +2 out of it. To have it as a specifically named place on the map just for that seems a little bit. I feel like I missed something kind of situation. Maybe I haven't, but hey, if we have, I suppose it's tough because I'm not going back round again. Elquist is slapdash after all. I'm thinking it's the armor, the natural armor +2 amulet that we're going to get out of that. Right, let's carry on our endeavours. Okay, carry on. Carry on. Carry on. Lake Silverstep Village. You want to enter this location? No, we don't. Why? Because we're ending the session right here. Because I'm going out in about an hour and a half, and therefore to get this up in time for you guys today, being Wednesday, I need to upload this and get this edited pretty sharpish. So, in the next session, we head into Lake Silverstep Village, and we have a look around there to see what's going on, and then we'll explore the entirety, as much as we can, of the Silverstep region. All of this is open to us, and we, my friends, have a grand tour to embark upon. So join me next time for that. Until then, see you soon.